You know what, Dad? I got an idea for a new plaque that you can put on your office door. It says, Robert Hughes, M.D., finder of lost patients.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you know, the less said about yesterday's confusion with Mr. Goff, the better.
Why? To spare John Dixon the embarrassment? I doubt he'd do the same for you. Besides, Mr. Goff was his patient.
Chris.
I know, he's my superior, and I have to keep my mouth shut about telling him what to do with his opinions.
That's not exactly the attitude I was hoping to hear from you.
Attitude? Me? John Dixon has put you through the ringer the last few weeks, but hey, I'm over it.
Good. I am, too. Now, off the record, I appreciate your loyalty. I've got to see Dr. Decker and get the results of those tests.
What do you think he'll say?
Well, it seems he's ruled out Alzheimer's.
That's got to be a relief.
Well, it's nice to know what it isn't, but I'm not really going to be relieved until I know what it is.
You know what, Dad? This is weird for me to say and probably harder for you to hear, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you, son.
Dr. Hughes.
What's this?
It is your letter of resignation as Chief of Staff. Sign it before somebody else dies.
Rosanna, it's your husband. Just reminding you I love you. Who the hell are you, anyway? What? Did someone say something? Hi. Are we to assume that every morning's going to start at several thousand decibels now that we're all chums?
Got Lucy a new CD.
That's great.
Why are you in such a bad mood?
Oh, I don't know. Just waiting for the sky to fall in.
Why?
You know, all hell breaks loose when your mother leaves.
Not this time, Daddy. This time, everything's gonna be different.
You have this on good authority?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm happy now, and you'll be happy too once Rosanna moves back.
Can we
you know?
table the discussion of my wife while you have company?
Not a raised voice in the house. I can leave with a happy heart.
You know, Mom, maybe you shouldn't go just yet.
Carly Snyder. Maiden name, T-E-N-N-E-Y. Right. Missing 48 hours. Suspected foul play, right. All right. All right, thanks a lot.
Highway Patrol?
Yeah.
You know what, Hal? Jack has got you spooked. I am just not feeling this theory that Carly's in trouble.
Really? What are your feelers telling you?
Well, I think you have to consider the source. Last time she vanished like this, we found her in a Cancun resort.
Already checked them out.
Come on, Hal.
Come on what, Margot? Rosanna's already lied to Jack about when was the last time she saw Carly. I myself heard a conversation between Carly and Rosanna that I can only describe as threatening. So I don't need Jack spooking me.
Well, so she was angry. People say things when they're angry all the time.
Jack also saw her scarf in Rosanna's car.
Yeah, and I leave stuff in my sister's car a lot.
Yeah, but you actually get along with Katie.
All right, then there's a little issue of Jack not having the search warrant when we found the scarf.
Well, he's got one now.
And in the meantime?
In the meantime, I'm gonna bring in the only person that I think can shed some light on this situation.
Are you aware your fellow officer just climbed into my trunk?
We'll be done soon.
You cannot manage your own wife, so you are harassing me. It is pointless, it is vicious, and you will not get away with it.
I got $5 and that warrant that says I can keep looking.
And I trust you know what you can do with your warrant.
Take your time, Palmer.
What do you think you're gonna find in here? Carly's travel itinerary?
No, Rosanna, something else. Something specific. So why don't you stop wasting all our time and energy and just tell us what you did with it?
resignation letter?
You stay out of this.
Now, go easy on him. He's understandably concerned. Now, why don't you explain yourself?
Last night you went in to see Myrtle Scott to arrange her release, right?
Yes,
You made a notation in her chart. All her vitals were stable.
that's right, because they were.
Half an hour later, Myrtle Scott was dead.
No.
I think that the medical examiner will find the cause of death was cardiac arrest.
I saw Mr. Scott. She had the chronic shoulder pain that she's had for the past 3 years. No, she was fine. Her EKG was unchanged. Where are you going with this?
I don't think we can ignore any longer. The 3 people are dead. They were all your patients, and they've died for reasons which you don't seem to be able to explain.
You knew about this last night and didn't call Dad?
Because I was very busy here and I wasn't making courtesy calls, all right?
Oh, but you found the time to type up a resignation letter. Tell me something, Doctor. Does that letter happen to recommend you as Dad's successor?
All right. I'll handle this. I'm sure you've got work to do.
How long are you willing to put lives in danger because you are unable or unwilling to deal with your problems?
Now, what's the matter? You practically got smoke coming out of your ears.
John Dixon is trying to railroad my dad again.
Into what?
Into giving his position up at Memorial. We lost another patient last night. Once again, it was one of Dad's.
I know, Myrtle Scott.
He's trying to lay the blame for hers and the other recent deaths at Dad's feet. He's acting as if my father's walking around in a haze, taking lives for the hell of it.
No wonder you're upset.
If one word John Dixon were saying were actually true, my dad's whole personality would have had to have changed. But it hasn't. I watch him like a hawk. Unless, I don't know, unless you think I'm in some sort of denial.
No. Your dad's personality has not changed. And from the tests that I've taken, there is nothing to indicate that what's going on here is your dad's fault.
Joe Munson, just like you requested.
All right, kid. Are you ready to help me break this case?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take him home from here.
Go easy on him now.
Oh, yeah, we've got a deal together, don't we?
Hey, Emily. I'm really sorry about Paul. Oh, thanks. I'm still having a hard time accepting he's actually gone. Yeah, he was one of the rare ones. Even all the forces around him couldn't turn him otherwise. He turned into a decent man. Yeah. Well, poor Rose, she's taking it really hard, yeah. Well, it's got to be hard for you, too. I know that you guys are close. Yeah. Once upon a time. I'm telling you, it's so sad I can barely talk about it. You know what? You just stay strong. Stay strong. Hey.
All right. Are you going to help me break this case?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, do you remember the other night when you were with Mommy and you were in the kitchen and Allison was upstairs and Will was about to come home and you were drawing a picture from Mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You want to draw a picture for me of that night, only this time we're going to draw the picture with words. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's do this. All right, you ready? I'm drawing a picture of a table that's right here, right? And here's Parker, and in the door walks Carly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the first thing you said to Carly?
Mommy.
Mommy, right, yeah, that's probably what I would have said. You're gonna be good at this, I can tell.
You know, my flight's not for a couple hours, so, do you have a problem?
You know what? You guys should talk. Just the 3 of you guys. I'm gonna go wait outside. Okay?
Good idea.
I was just gonna ask about Rosanna.
No, I got it covered. Why don't you go out with Aaron there with that sonic cannon?
Boombox. Daddy hates our music.
Well, who doesn't? We'll just put up with it in case we have to depend on you to take care of us in our old age.
We'll just be out in the gazebo running down the batteries.
I appreciate it. Well, that's typical. You walk into a room and suddenly it's happy time.
Ah, that's me, Tinkerbell. So what is Lucy worrying about Rosanna?
Same thing's worrying me. She should come home. I'm her husband. This is her place. Lucy and I both miss her like crazy.
Well, have you gotten on your knees and begged her to return?
Yes, yes. I went out to the Snyder farm. I said all the right things.
And?
I don't know. She seemed distracted.
Why?
The recent disappearance of her sister, Jack Snyder, is blaming her for it.
For heaven's sakes, why?
Because it's a way to get back at me. He cannot keep track of his wife, so he blames mine. And I have had about enough of this.
So what'd you do with it, Rosanna? What'd you do? What'd you do with the evidence?
Well, I don't know. It might help if you told me what it is.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. And I'm a little tired of playing guessing games, so why don't you just tell me what it is?
Car's in the back. Here are your keys.
You really should be ashamed of yourself, Jack. Your wife is missing for one reason and one reason only, and that is because you drove her away. Everybody in town knows it. You divorced her, you refused to keep a roof over her head, and now you're pointing fingers at me because you feel guilty. Well, grow up!
If you hurt one hair on Carly's head, I will make you pay.
Now, apparently your dad has been suffering from transient ischemic attacks.
TIAs. Dad's been having microstrokes.
Yeah, it appears that way.
Well, that accounts for his forgetfulness.
That and his disorientation, and fatigue and headaches. Now, these are very minor occurrences in the brain, and they go virtually unnoticed.
Have they stopped?
Well, they usually heal themselves. Now, I'm not trying to downplay the seriousness.
Yeah, what about medication?
Well, I'm going to prescribe something for him. And with the right medication, your dad is going to be okay. Now, it's just good to know that his problem is treatable. It's not degenerative like Alzheimer's.
Okay, so here's the deal. John Dixon just shoved a letter of resignation in Dad's face. John wrote it in Dad's name and wants him to sign it.
Well, that's presumptuous of him.
Yeah, it's totally low, if you ask me.
Well, Chris, you and I aren't going to let that happen.
I'm not trying to be unduly harsh, and I am not accusing you of deliberate negligence.
Asked me to resign before more of my patients die. That's not exactly a vote of confidence.
You seem to have a medical condition here that is impairing your judgment. That's why Decker did that battery of tests on you.
Well, he's ruled out Alzheimer's.
Definitively?
I was on my way to pick up the results of the tests. Look, my memory was fine last night. It's very clear to me. I went in to see Mrs. Scott. Now, she complained of aches in her shoulder. Now, I prescribed a mild relaxant. And I am just as amazed and upset about her death as you are.
I'm sure you are, Bob, but the fact remains, something is wrong here. You've been making chart notations that you can't even remember. You've been making mistaken dosages on your meds.
You
timing
damn
them.
well know that the autopsy report did not link the meds with the deaths of my patients.
Bob, 3 people are dead, and they all happen to be your patients. The media will make the link up, as well as the State Licensing Bureau. Now, whether they go after you personally or not, I don't know. But once they get a look at the mortality chart in this place and see how it's risen over the past month, they're liable to come in here and shut us down.
They're not going to shut us down. I've devoted my life to this hospital.
Fine, fine, then don't destroy it. Let us take you out of the firing line. I don't like the idea that you're going to have to take the brunt of this thing. But if the future of Memorial is at stake here, we cannot just sit back and wait for what I guarantee you is going to become a public flogging. So for the sake of the hospital, step down. Step down now.
Dr. Max, extension 456.
Okay, Parker, let's see if I've got this picture right. Now, you're in the kitchen, you're drawing a picture for Mommy, and then Will comes in and he says, Aunt Rosanna's outside, right? Is that right? Yeah? Okay, okay. Did you see Aunt Rosanna?
No.
No. Okay. Then Mommy got up and she left. Did she say where she was going?
No.
No. Okay.
Mushy bells.
Mushy bells? Oh, yeah, mushy bells. One man's siren is another man's mushy bells, right? Did Mommy say where she would be?
Mushy bells.
Mushy bells. Oh, my, I think this is over. Well, you did a good job, Parker.
How'd it go with the car search?
Exactly what I was afraid of.
Carly's scarf wasn't there?
Rosanna's got it. She's concealing evidence, Margot. You and I both know that now.
All right, but you can't call her on it, can you? Because you'd have to admit that you searched her car last night with no warrant. Hmm?
Hey, buddy.
Well?
Nothing. You?
Well, Parker here gave a great rundown on Carly's departure, but nothing new, same thing.
Oh, good job, buddy. Right here, right here. Okay, so what's new?
Well, right now, Parker's always talking about mushy bells, so we're going to go down to the grocery store and pick some up.
Mushy bell? What's mushy bells?
I have no idea. I guess it's some new cereal. And if they don't have it, I'm just going to take him home and feed him a bowl of sugar.
Oh, hell.
I'm just kidding, just kidding. It's just nothing but carrots and broccoli for us, huh?
Okay, so where do you go from here with Rosanna?
I still have a warrant pending to search the farm.
Wait, that's gonna be kind of tricky. You really want to put your aunt's farm under a microscope?
It's not like I want to do it, but I don't have a choice now, do I? Unless that scarf is up in flames or tied to a rock and thrown in the pond. I'm gonna find it.
Well, do you think that Rosanna had anything to do with it?
I don't have to think. I know. Of course she doesn't have to do anything to do with it.
Well, then there's nothing stopping you from trying to win back your wife. You're saying she's distracted, so get her undistracted. Woo her.
I did.
Well, woo her some more. And love her until she returns home.
Even when you have me pinned against the wall. I hate to see you go.
Oh, please don't get maudlin. I hate sentimental goodbyes.
I don't plan on saying goodbye. I have a plan. We'll get some lunch. I'll drive you to the airport, then we'll have plenty of thank yous for everything you've done.
I want your guarantee that you are going to continue to respect Lucy's feelings for Aaron.
I swear on my mother's grave.
Your mother is alive and well.
Exactly. I'll do right by Lucy. Don't worry.
All right, good. Then we can have that lunch.
Craig! Sierra, hello. I was just stopping by.
Well, perfect timing. Now we can have a proper goodbye. I think it was a good visit. Take
Yes,
care.
thank you.
And you know what? He may not be much to look at, but he's worth another chance. And you and I will have to have that lunch another time. Do the right thing.
Rosanna, what's the matter?
It's Jack. He's not giving up. Craig, I think he's trying to frame me.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
You and I both know that something's wrong here. One of these days, you're gonna have to face up to it.
You really love him, don't you?
Rosanna didn't do anything to Carly.
If you truly believe that, you won't interfere with the search.
Cool!
I used to make these all the time when I was little.
I remember. Those tiny little hands would weave the prettiest little braids.
Mom, why don't you come sit with us?
You want something to drink? Soda?
No. I need to get to the airport. Oh, it certainly is beautiful here.
Yeah, we love it out here. This is where I learned to walk again with Aaron's help. Dad and Rosanna were married here. Well, at least the ceremony was pretty, right?
You know what? Your dad and Rosanna are gonna kiss and make up.
I hope you're right.
You know, your father can be infuriating, but he is very forgivable. And Rosanna walked in right when I was leaving, so I think there's hope. Listen, you two, I want you to promise me that you are going to follow your dad's guidelines that he sets up. As long as he is being respectful of your relationship together.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, curfews are his call.
Well,
And weekends and trips out of Oakdale, those are his call also. You got it?
Got it.
Good.
I'm not gonna land on that man's bad side one more time.
Well, you just be yourself and respect him, all right? Listen, there's one more thing before I go. You know, when I was here before, I asked Rosanna if she would be a friend to you.
yeah, she's been amazing.
I know
She's helped the both of us so much.
Well, now I want you and Aaron to be her friends. I think being married to your dad, she is going to need all the backup she can get. Right? I love you. Be sweet, all right?
Okay.
All right, Aaron. You too. Be sweet.
Thank you.
Well, I could hardly sleep last night. I think I woke up around 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I hear this voice bellowing from down in the kitchen, and it's Jack. And I go downstairs, and he's standing there with a uniformed police officer.
For what?
I don't know, really. I suppose to witness me accepting the search warrant.
A warrant?
Yes. Yes. To search my car. And then we all go out, and Jack in this uniformed animal tore my car apart.
What is he trying to do?
I don't know. I asked him that over and over again, and all he kept saying was that he was trying to find or invent some sort of evidence against me.
He's out of his little mind.
I know, but he's a police officer, and he has a badge, and everything that he's doing is perfectly legal. I just don't know what to do. I feel like I'm being treated like a criminal, like I've committed a murder or something.
No. Listen, I'm going down to the station.
What are you gonna do?
I am going to settle this for you and for me, all right? I'm going to tell them all. And get Phyllis to make you a cup of tea or something, all right? Will you be, call your lawyers and we'll settle this madness.
Okay. When will you be back?
I'll be back in a little while.
Okay.
You going to be okay?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, you need me. And that's a beautiful thing. You're my wife. I need you too. Here we are. Okay. Wait for me, will you, please? Okay.
Okay, I'll sign it. But I gotta tell you, I resent the hell out of the way you chose to handle this.
It's the best thing, Bob. It's the best thing for the hospital. It's the best thing for you.
Dad, wait.
Chris just told me you're being pressured to resign.
No, I'm choosing to resign.
Well, I think you should give it some more thought.
John reminded me that I haven't been thinking clearly lately. And in light of that, I think it's the best thing for the hospital.
Well, the best thing for this hospital is to stay right where you are. Now, your test results are back, Bob. And there's no sign of Alzheimer's or dementia of any kind. Now, whatever's going on, your cognitive ability, your mental state, is not part of the problem.
I believe this is yours.
I stand by every word I said. You and I both know that something is wrong here. One of these days, you're going to have to face up to it.
You okay, Dad?
I came very close to signing that letter.
Let me handle this. You want to talk about it?
No. No, just, thank you.
For what? The results were yours.
Yeah, but the timing was yours. You saved me. But the fact remains that Mrs. Scott died, and she was my patient.
Bob, I want you to come down to my office. I'll prove to you you couldn't have done anything to hurt those patients.
Hi there.
Oh, I didn't know anybody was in here. Are you okay? You look kind of sick.
It's been a long day.
Still the morning.
My mistake. It's been a long month.
Are you still worried about your dad?
Nobody's supposed to know that.
Well, you know us jailbirds. We learn to read what's going on underneath. I like your dad.
Yeah, I basically just found out that he's not sick the way that I thought that he might be. In fact, he's basically okay.
So then you're really just jumping for joy in the inside, right?
Yeah, doesn't it show?
Oh, when you've been scared for a long time, it's hard to just wipe it off your face just because you finally get some good news. Take it from me, I know. And I guess when you've been scared for a whole month, it's just gonna show. What? Do you want me to shut up?
No.
Do you want me to leave?
Definitely not. My dad's a low-profile guy. Doesn't brag, doesn't boast. For most of my life, he's been like a god to me. He's smart, confident.
Wow, it's gotta be great to feel that way about your dad.
So, the idea that something might be wrong with his mind, yeah. I guess you could say that I've been scared for a long time.
You really love him, don't you? I must have made all the difference in the world to him these past few months. He's really lucky to have you.
Ooh, hey, that's me. Gotta go.
Did that just happen?
Hey, Chris said you were in here.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Why were you looking for me?
Yeah, actually, I had some news. I had to tell Mom, and I thought I should tell you, too.
Oh, is it about Paul Ryan?
Yeah, you know about his accident?
Bill told me. It's awful.
Yeah, I know. Poor Will. I mean, he really loved Paul. And after everything that poor kid's been through this year.
Well, what about you? I mean, it's got to be hard for you. Weren't you and Paul together, like, a long, long, long time ago?
Yeah. Yeah, we were in love. We didn't belong together, but we couldn't stay apart either. It was that kind of love.
The kind where your heart beats so fast you can't even hear anything else?
Yeah.
And that must be really sad, you know, like, It's like a piece of your heart died too.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel right now. But you know what? There's a part of me that's really glad that I loved that man one time. It's the kind of love that makes you know you're alive.
Right. Rosanna? Oh, sorry. We wanted to surprise you.
Success.
Aaron and I were just trying to figure out how to thank you for all the help you've given us. We kind of wanted to do something in return.
Oh, that's not necessary. Just glad I did something right.
Standing up for us made a lot of trouble for you. You deserve the greatest of gifts.
But we
Lucy and me-
didn't want to borrow from you for your own present. So we decided to make something.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Kind of like a halo, seeing as how you're our own personal angel.
Oh, Lucy.
Here. Thank you, Rosanna. You know, when I didn't think that I was gonna be able to walk again, but you inspired me. You stood up to my father when I couldn't.
And you took a lot of risks, letting me be with the girl I love. You paid a hard price. I can't thank you enough.
Well, you're welcome.
There is something else. I cannot wait for you to come home. This is where you belong.
This is a little up close and personal. Do you want me to take it for you?
No, I can't. I've got to be the one to find Carl. Look, I'll keep my head on straight, all right? Don't worry.
Margot, are you aware your so-called colleague over there woke my wife up, tore through her car, and generally scared the heck out of her?
You know, Craig, it's really good to see you when you're not being fingerprinted.
Jack, what business do you have with my wife?
Same as yesterday, Craig. Police have reason to believe that Rosanna may be hiding evidence that could explain where Carly is.
What is there going to be in her car?
The search is legitimate. We're looking for something specific.
You believe in this Pete Moss?
Detective Snyder, the search warrant for the Snyder farm.
Thanks.
Oh, so now you're going to search your auntie's farm?
Yes, Craig, and if need be, I'll move on to Fairwinds.
So Rosanna wasn't being paranoid, she was right. And now I gotta go tell her she was justified.
No, you are not gonna tell Rosanna a damn thing.
CBS proudly congratulates our Daytime Emmy winners.
The Emmy goes to
The Price is Right, The Bold and the Beautiful.
I thank everybody.
Thank you.
Guiding Light.
Yeah, I like this. I like this feeling.
And As the World Turns, the outstanding daytime drama.
Thank you to the fans who love you.
For Daytime Emmy Award-winning shows, watch CBS.
I'll stop by after my shift to see Will.
Okay, sounds good. What's going on with you today, anyway? I don't know, you're different, my pretty little sister. I'll see you around.
Chris, wait. We got interrupted before.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to me, Allie. You're a peach.
I'm not a peach. I'm not a puppy either.
Well, I never thought being told I had many strokes would be good news.
Well, you have to see the films.
Yeah, and read the latest literature and take my meds.
That's right. Now, we're going to keep a close watch on you and make sure that your symptoms don't get any worse, but I think that we've pinpointed it early enough, and I'm pretty sure you'll be back to business as usual in no time.
No, it won't be as usual. No, I'll keep my administrative duties, but I'm going to drop my caseload.
Because of John.
No, but his point was well taken.
Which point?
There is something wrong at this hospital. And I'm going to commit myself to finding out exactly what it is.
Rosanna didn't do anything to Carly.
If you truly believe that, you won't interfere with the search.
The search or vendetta.
Craig, we do have probable cause.
So instead of standing around like a $2,000 roadblock, why don't you help, Craig?
How, you want me to put Rosanna on the rack?
Come out with me to the
question her?
farm. Come out to the farm. Watch the search.
What, let you watch me watch you?
I think the point is, Craig, you'll see with your very own eyes that the search is legit.
Yes, and if we find the item we're looking for, then you'll know that your wife was hiding information. Information that could mean life or death to Carly.
We'll come back, won't you?
Well, I want to. Craig's asked me to.
Please, do. It's not right without you here.
I miss you terribly. I think about it all the time. You're like family to me now.
Then why don't you just come back?
It's not you, really, I promise. It's Craig. It just feels too soon.
Why?
It's like we had a wedding, but we didn't have a marriage. He walked out on me on my wedding day. It makes a lot of complicated feelings to deal with.
My father loves you, Rosanna. He doesn't always show it the best way, but he does. Don't stay away too long, okay? It's not right without you here. Our angel.
Oh, don't call me that. I'm not an angel. Angels don't do the kind of things that I've done.
Well, whatever you've done, you're forgiven. Here, and I say so.
You're so sweet.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Thank you. The things I've done. Only Carly can forgive me.
On the next As the World Turns.
What do you expect to find?
Among other things, I'm looking for a scarf. The scarf that is going to link Rosanna to Carly's disappearance. Why don't you just tell me what Jack said to you?
He thinks I killed her. He thinks I killed Carly.